All right, everyone, settle in. I know some of you are here to poke holes in the story to find the rational explanation, and I get it. But for the next few minutes, I'm asking you to just listen, to look at the evidence. What you're about to see is the official record of Case File 308. It's a story that starts with something you've all seen before, something innocent, a child's toy. This is a direct quote from our subject, Malin, taken from her final communication. It really just cuts to the heart of this whole thing, doesn't it? How something designed for happiness can become a vessel for absolute terror. Just keep that image in your mind. So every investigation has a starting point, an inciting incident. For Malin, it was something as simple as a purchase at a toy store, an act that would, unfortunately, unleash a chain of events that was as terrifying as it was unstoppable. This is our subject, Malin. From everything we've gathered, she was a kind, gentle person. Loved her family, loved her little collection of dolls. She's the absolute last person you'd ever expect to be at the center of a case like this. But here we are. And this is it. The artifact at the heart of our investigation. A special, limited edition golden Labubu doll. Big blue eyes, cute little smile. It's the kind of thing that's supposed to be cherished, right? To bring a little joy. As Malin was about to find out, though, this particular doll was very different. Okay, so this is where things really start to go off the rails. What you're about to see is a clear timeline of events. I want you to pay attention to the speed here, how quickly a normal life can unravel. The pattern is, well, you'll see. It's chilling. It starts on day 1. The doll comes into the house. Her dog, Bao, who was apparently the sweetest little guy, immediately becomes hostile towards it, just pure aggression. Then, day 2, it's Malin herself. She has this sudden, uncontrollable fit of rage at her job, and she gets fired. That same night, she's home alone and hears laughter coming from nowhere. Then she has a nightmare about a red, demonic creature. And here's the part that's hard to swallow. She wakes up, and the doll, the very same doll her dog had just torn to shreds, is sitting on her chest, completely intact. By day 3, well, things take a much, much darker turn. Now, while all of this is happening around her, look at what's happening to her. The subject's health is deteriorating fast. It starts with that uncharacteristic anger. Then come these crippling headaches that just keep getting worse. And then the physical marks appear. Small red welts on her hands at first. By the next day, they're spreading across her face. And the case notes say they looked like bite marks. And that brings us to day 3. This is the turning point. This is when the anomalous activity goes from being just strange and terrifying to being overtly violent. This is where we record our first victim. Malin found the doll in the kitchen, and it was perfect. Not a tear, not a scratch. Now remember, just hours before, it had been ripped to pieces by her dog. It's impossible. And she noted its smile. It wasn't innocent anymore. She described it as a twisted, mocking laugh. And then she saw it. Something was on the doll's tiny hands and smeared all across its sharp little teeth. It was a fresh, red substance. It was blood. That's when she found Bao. Her poor dog was lifeless under the kitchen sink. The report states his body was violently mauled. The blood on the doll's teeth, it was his. So, absolutely terrified and totally alone, Malin did what any of us would do in this century. She went online. And the results of her search were staggering. She was not the first, not by a long shot. Just look at this. All over the world, people were reporting these chillingly similar phenomena. You have our case 308 in Shanghai, job loss, physical ailments, a pet's death. Then you scan the other international reports, dolls biting people, occupants coming down with sudden severe illnesses, job loss again, and in the most tragic cases, the death of a loved one. The details change, but the horrifying pattern is always the same. The doll arrives, and a life completely unravels. And this wasn't just online chatter, okay? This became such a widespread issue that some countries actually stepped in and banned the sale of these dolls. There are even reports of priests being called in to perform exorcisms. I mean, just think about that. Priests performing exorcisms on a toy. So what in the world was causing this? What could possibly be inside these dolls? Well, the internet hive mind landed on a theory, a terrifying one. that this wasn't something new. This was something ancient, something profoundly evil. The name that kept coming up was Pazuzu. For those unfamiliar, Pazuzu is an ancient demon from Mesopotamian myths, a bringer of famine, pestilence, plagues. Now, think back to those symptoms reported worldwide: sudden illness, financial ruin from job loss, death. It's a modern-day plague delivered in a cute, smiling package. You can only imagine the terror Malin felt. Had this ancient evil found a new home in a simple child's toy? Armed with this new, horrifying knowledge and completely heartbroken over what happened to Bao, Malin knew she had to do something. The following is a breakdown of the subject's actions in the last 24 hours of her life, and she was methodical. She took the doll and she burned it, completely incinerated it. Then she collected every last bit of ash and scattered them in a nearby river. She thought it was finally over. That night, she called her sister and told her everything that had happened. She must have felt safe. But she wasn't. They found her body the next morning. And here's the final piece of evidence. The part that defies all logic. The part that keeps investigators like me up at night. Lying right there, next to Malin's body, was the doll. The same golden Labubu doll. Untouched, unburned, and smiling. The official file on Case 308 is stamped closed. But for me, this investigation is far from over. Because you have to ask yourself, if an object can be burned to ash, scattered in a river, and still come back, then how many more of them are out there right now, hiding in plain sight, on toy store shelves, just waiting for a new friend to take them home?